Hi everyone, Tony from Hack the Movies here with
Tom Scholl from a whole bunch of shit.
Well, this movie...
it was a movie. I think they shot it on film, I believe. I mean,
no, they did not shoot this on film.
oh, we're off to a great start.
We saw I, Frankenstein, and I feel like we should do some background to why we saw this movie. As you might know, I mentioned it a lot. There's a poster right there. I make a show called Mummy Cop, the series.
You said I could win!
Looks like I was wrong. Dead wrong.
Mummy Cop!
I do a lot of things with classic monsters. Tom's worked on the show. He was behind the camera. He did a lot of crew. He played 3 characters that all coincidentally happen to be slightly gay.
Why not?
Mummy Cop, Dr. Frankenstein is not in his bed. I think he escaped.
But my whole show was taking these classic movie monsters and modernizing them for comedic purposes anyway. One of those characters we did...
Great example.
...was Frankenstein.
This is my case. It can wait.
Not anymore, it's not.
Chief, who is this?
That's Frankenstein. He's twice the investigator you are.
What if Frankenstein's monster was alive and became an FBI agent?
Exactly.
And I thought when I wrote that, I'm like, this is ridiculous. This is the dumbest Frankenstein-related thing I've ever seen. Including Frankenstein Unbound, where John Hurt from Alien goes back in time. Back to the Future style. And
I don't know about
time travels to the Frankenstein story, and Raul Julia is Frankenstein. And
oh, man.
That's a good one. Anyway, I thought Frankenstein was more ridiculous than that. And then the trailer for I, Frankenstein came out.
I was given life 200 years ago. I am like none other.
Good way to start a movie with somebody dying.
Yeah, it's a good way to start the movie by showing your hero murder a helpless innocent woman. I know that's in the original Frankenstein story, but it really has no purpose in this movie, especially when we're trying to make this character to be like Jesus. I don't remember a part in the Bible where Jesus punched the heart out of someone. Yeah, so it's basically that, and then the gargoyles come, and it's literally, if you've seen Van Helsing or Underworld, it is that. It is that thing. Right down to, like, the plot twist in this, I think we all called it. It was
so right.
Basically,
it wasn't even really a twist.
Basically, and we should probably mention when we bought tickets for this, we felt like we were sex offenders going door to door. Like, we went up to the girl and we were like, one for I, Frankenstein.
And then it just, like, slowly got quieter. It's like, one for I, Frankenstein. And then I went up and I'm just like, Frankenstein. I didn't even say the words. I'm just like, you know.
Yeah, I'm with them. So, yeah, it's basically the story there. There's a war between 2 people, just like Underworld, and the bad guys want to use Frankenstein to resurrect an army. Just like Van Helsing. Which I will say, in Van Helsing, as horrible as that movie is, again, I won this in a contest too, in case you thought I owned this for any reason.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Van Helsing, I thought the idea of using Frankenstein to reanimate an army was cool. Cool idea. It was terrible in Van Helsing. So when they did it in this movie, I didn't really care that they were ripping it off.
Yeah.
But it was just as disappointing, so... Maybe one day someone will take that idea and do something cool with it, but so far it has not been done.
Yeah. I mean, the only problem I had, which was the biggest problem, is every time they said gargoyle, I immediately went back to the cartoon show.
Gargoyles and demons?
Yeah.
Why weren't they just called angels? They could have still turned into gargoyles, but I would have made more sense if they were just called angels, right?
Yeah, but no, it doesn't work like that. They're ugly. angels can't
Well,
be
no,
ugly.
half the time they look like humans dressed
Have
out.
you ever seen an ugly angel?
The guy from Angel?
Oh, no. And don't think X-Men either, alright? God damn it.
Well, no, like half the time they don't look like gargoyles. They look like they're out of a Lord of the Rings movie, which is ironic because the gargoyle queen is Eowyn from the Lord of the Rings movie.
Yeah, that was a great plus to this movie.
Oh, by the way, nice seeing Jai Courtney in this after he was in that piece of shit Die Hard 5.
Yeah, that wasn't a movie.
I didn't even... Spoiler, he dies in this movie. I didn't even care. Like, my hatred of Die Hard 5 carried over into this, so when he died, I was kind of like, yeah.
No problem with that.
So, yeah.
Well, we also had, of course, if there's any Dexter fans, Hannah McKay, who was the only human.
No, alright.
The only human except for B-roll?
This is the problem with the movie. They keep talking about the war with the human. Like we have to save the humans
There's one
from the gargoyles and the demons, and we gotta protect the humans. We gotta get the humans. Let's count the humans, alright? Ready?
There was the doctor.
The two doctors.
And, no, that you can stop counting now.
No. There were. The two scientist people.
Yes.
The cop that gets killed in the alley.
Oh, he doesn't have any lines. Oh, he says freeze.
But he gets
okay,
killed.
That's a line. He counts
She
as a
said
person.
the people in the nightclub, but I think they were all demons. And then Frankenstein and his wife in the very beginning. There are 5 humans in this movie.
Of the war.
I don't know where this movie takes place.
No, it's set in like this fake London, like
Actually,
Chinatown.
Getting back to
because
Van
of course
Helsing-
the B-roll is like Korean people. I'm like, why is the B-roll Korean people if it were like in London or Gargoyle City or some shit?
Getting back to Van Helsing, I feel like this movie is made out of just recycled CGI from Van Helsing. Like it still looks like old cobblestoney, and there's not one person in the city, so like constantly there'll be gargoyles and demons fighting out in the open. There's not even like a plot device like where they go like, oh, there's an invisibility spell over our giant.
No, they were having huge fights across numerous
You never
rooftops.
see the humans reacting to it. You never see like a news station, but you never see the things that we're supposed to be caring about.
Every time a demon dies, he explodes in a giant like napalm flame of death. That was happening simultaneously hundreds of times at night.
Yes. And
it's cool.
You never
no one knows
see
about
anyone.
that.
No. I can't really say production design. Everything was
just like I will say
very digital.
Aesthetically, it was actually very pretty. I liked it. I didn't
did-
like the gargoyles. Obviously, they're supposed to be ugly, so I guess
If the
they
rest
did
of the
achieve that.
Like if the rest of the movie looked more fantastical, I guess. If the city had
They did good on Aaron Eckhart.
You know what? If the city had people in it and felt lived in, I probably would agree with you. But the city looks so bad. It looks like a video game.
It does. Every
looks like
room
an
looked the
Earl-
exact same. All of the paint on the walls was peeling at like exactly the right point, since there was only like 4 locations.
But like, just if there were people in the city, I would probably agree with you. But it just feels so empty. If anything, video games put more effort in. They just copy and paste different characters. This movie couldn't even do that.
Yeah.
That's all I liked. Let's talk about the things I hate. I did not like Aaron Eckhart in this. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. He seemed like he was pissed off to be there. The only time he actually emoted is when he's doing his voiceover. Any other time, he just looks angry and then he does his fight scenes.
Yeah, his dialogue is pretty crappy.
His makeup is meh. He's still a handsome dude.
I'm holding on to that dream of Aaron Eckhart being really awesome.
I know, but it's not working. He's almost as bad as, Van Helsing Frankenstein was terrible, but it reminds me of, he kind of reminded me of Kenneth Branagh's Frankenstein, where Robert De Niro was the creature, and that was pretty fucking terrible.
I keep my promises.
Let's do a plug for Eric Searle.
Well, Eric Searle is a great Frankenfed.
Eric Searle plays a great Frankenfed, one of my favorite Frankenstein's monsters. You can find him in Season 1 at this link here. You can check out his website right here. I wish movies would do more makeup effects. However, the effects in this movie were bullshit. You know what?
I mean, obviously, it was just
every time
paper, but...
the demons all look like a Green Goblin mixed with the bad guy from Wishmaster mixed with Piccolo from the live-action Dragon Ball movie. Like, you know, it would have The CGI is terrible. Again, it looks like Van Helsing, especially when the Gargoyle Queen finally turns into a gargoyle. She looks like the Dracula brides from Van Helsing.
Oh, God.
Yeah, like, all the gargoyles look like they're right out of a video game.
Gotcha.
Everything looks like it's in a video game.
The cool thing, though, is the fact that the guy he actually wrote all of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, he directed this film. This is the second film he's ever directed. The guy who wrote all of the Pirates of the Caribbean.
He only directed this, so he didn't write this.
That is correct. So of course he writes all these movies that I'm going to direct Frankenstein. It'll work out great.
I mean, I only really like the first two Pirates movies.
But I'm just saying, like for
directed?
something, that's it. No, one other movie like 15 years ago. Some shitty movie that no one's heard of.
I mean,
but like he's written all of the Pirates movies. Like he's written a lot of. He's a really good writer to be. Well, he didn't write this.
Okay.
He directed it for some odd reason.
Is this based off something?
Crap.
No, like is this like a comic book or something, or is this just new bullshit that Hollywood made up?
Yeah.
Google Frankenstein. See if it's a comic book.
On the graphic novel and original screenplay by Kevin Grievo.
This is a graphic novel?
Oh, God.
And the script was written by the same... Wow, that novel must suck.
God will surely damn you.
My final thought, I mean, don't see it or see it if you want to see honestly, if you want to see this movie, just check it out. Wait till it's on TV.
Wait till it's
if you want to check
on
this out,
TV. That's you could honestly. This is I would say it's worth $1.25.
Maybe.
I would say it's worth $1.25.
If you are interested in this movie because you like Underworld, you might like it.
Yes.
I mean, you've got horrible taste, and you should not be allowed to watch movies. But if that's what you want to do, watch it. It'll probably be right up your guy. If you're a mentally disturbed human being who enjoyed Van Helsing legitimately, this might be the greatest movie you've ever seen.
Yeah.
But if you're like us who love bad movies and just torture ourselves, if you want to go see this just because the 3% rating. You can honestly do it.
It's not even. It's not so bad where it's just hilarious. It's just.
Yeah, it's got enough cool things in it that
to make it not be absolutely horrible.
Yeah, that I went, oh, cool.
Yeah. Oh, that was interesting. Oh, I liked how they did that.
Green Lantern is a 3% movie. Yeah. That is a piece of shit.
Everyone can agree to that.
Yeah, so
Green Lantern.
I wouldn't recommend it unless you like these two movies, or if you're just...
Or if you're an Aaron Eckhart fan like me. And
yeah.
Thank you for
Or if you're drunk. I feel like I would enjoy this movie. If I had been drunk during this movie...
Oh, dude, that movie would have been great if I was trash.
I think the stupid Piccolo faces would have made me crack the fuck up even more. But that's it from us here at Hack the Movies. Bye.
Have a good one. Stay classy.
We're only supposed to say bye.
No.